Get motivated with Mr. Smiles, Vinney Chopra. He is also known as Mr. Enthusiasm. He will share and challenge you each week on great topics on how to get excited, how to really make things happen in your business, and change your life for the better. Here is Vinney with this week's Motivation Inspiration.
Hi guys, welcome to your weekly Motivation Power Talk with Mr. Smiles, also known as Vinney Chopra. Hey Vinney, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. Hi, how are you, Alicia? Yeah.
I'm good. All right, guys, we get together every week. We talk about Vinney has been a motivational speaker for, I don't know, how many years? Over 30, right?
Yeah, over 30 years. Yeah.
So he always has really good information, and I always like to talk to him about things that are not just about business, that are, things that people struggle on a daily basis. And today, what I want to ask is, what are you willing to give up to make the changes in your life? So,
oh, wow.
Mr. Chopra, I know you're not prepared for this, but I want to talk about change and what real change is to people. So in your mind, what is change? And I mean, besides changing the garbage or,
Alicia, I think change in our attitude comes to my mind right away. Change in our physical being, change in our health, change in our, what we want to accomplish, I guess, in life. All those things are we are attacked by lot of thoughts. Lots of thoughts come in our mind daily. As a matter of fact, we are a creature where we have a blender, I think, in a mind, we are stuffed with so many thoughts. And what do we do with those thoughts? Bring about the change in our life. So essentially, when we act, everything we do is a mindset. We are able to look into all these things going in our mind, and then we make a decision to act on it, right? I mean, if I want to pick up this microphone right here, I gave signal to my mind, and then I move into action. So changing, like you just asked me, I would say the same thing is true for our action to come out of all the thoughts we get in our mind. We have to put them all together, all right, blend them together or whatever. But let's think through it here. Okay, whenever we want to change in life or how we gather all the information mentally, most of us are always thinking in the future. We also keep the past alive many times. And that's the worst thing can happen, by the way, because if we don't let go the past, it's hard for us to change. Hold on. What I just said is, like, if we just kept on and we said, I was this, I was that was that, what happened to me, it should not have happened, or I lost something, which is very precious in my life, whatever happened. If we don't let go of that, it will be very hard to change tomorrow. So we got to just let it be where it is. What has happened has happened. And even though it was very good in your life or very bad in your life or whatever, it's hard. It's hard to accept the bad things in our life. Just generally, it's very hard. But the thing is, you got to just say, I cannot change it. I just can't change it. It happened. God gave me that situation, whether it was good or bad. That's why I always say that in my life. Don't get utterly depressed when you are, you lost something in life that you didn't want to lose, or don't get overly excited also when you get the positive things in your life happen. Because if you are very similar, it's hard to do it. If you are kind of balanced, a little bit more balanced, even, I call it, then you will be enjoying life more, rather than getting stuck with the negative, huh?
No, that makes so okay, and what you're saying completely makes sense to me. But what do you think has to happen for somebody to make a real change? Because real change and well, I guess anybody can change for a second, but real change that they can actually commit to and stick with.
Good point. Good point. Alicia, I think the biggest thing is if you want to make a change, you got to take a positive outlook. Positive outlook. Because when we are saying we want to make a change, probably we are making a change for the better, right? For
And
healthier life,
hopefully,
for thinking better, for accomplishing more. So always we are trying to grow as a person. So the biggest thing is to accept what happened in the past, accept it, and it's done. The nice now in this point of time, we want to make a positive attitude and not to worry. Positive attitude to worry less and take less stress. Now that's something it takes a lot of gumption also. You cannot
I
just do
suck
it.
at it.
Yeah, I know, so true, because the forces all around us always try to demean us. I think I don't know if it's the right word, demean, but I'm thinking it always undermines our ability to accomplish. So by us really making a thought, making a positive attitude that I can accomplish more. Let's just say that, right? Whatever I have done so far, I can accomplish more. Just that small thinking in our mindset, you know what? I am able to cope with the change better. I will be able to take anything coming at me in a better way because I am a better person, or I made a decision that I'm not going to look what I did in the past to hinder me for the success in the future. But
Okay.
see, the mind plays very, very big role in that. Mind always says, let's analyze it quickly, and it's going to be negative.
Yes,
Isn't that true? I mean,
it's true.
everything coming at us, our mind always says, let me crunch it. I know what I'm talking about, and it's going to be bad. It's going to be
Mhm.
negative. The future is not good. That's how we are mentally set up.
Mhm.
But to change that, make that shift to a positive outcome, we need to tell ourselves, you know what? It's okay. It's okay. I mean, whatever comes my way, there will be things I can control, there'll be things I cannot control. See,
Mhm.
that's a big thing in my life. I feel like whenever things come to me, I look at it, I say, you know what? Wow, God gave me this in my lap. I'm sure he was knowing that I can cope with it. Okay, hold on. Just by having that attitude that I can cope with it, I can live through it, I can understand, and I can grow from this situation is a different outlook than just saying, poor me. Why did
Yeah.
I get that? Why this happened to me? And if we more analyze a negative challenge or situation, guess what? We are digging deeper and deeper and deeper into it. And that's what we should not be doing.
So let's just say I'm somebody that has to make a major change, and change. We're talking about changing, like in general. Let's just say it's something that I don't want to give up, or I have to change my complete behavior, my entire lifestyle. Let's just say somebody's sick, or it's a job and they have to change. Now they have to go back to school, like, you know what I mean, or whatever it may be.
Mhm.
When it comes down to like what they're willing to give up, what do you tell people who are like, man, I would love to make that change, but I'm not sure I'm willing to give this up to do it.
Good point. Very good point. I would say, incrementally. See, many times we think that we can overnight change ourselves, our thinking, which I think sometimes some people can, but majority of us in our life, it has taken so much to become the person we are today,
Mm-hmm.
and all that history cannot be wiped out, right? So the biggest thing I think one can make a decision is, yes, I'm willing to accept, I'm willing to change, but it's going to be incremental change. See, so we cannot do move mountains overnight, but we can take a small step. I always say that, if we are moving a little bit towards the goal, we are
Mm-hmm.
getting better and better and better. So what we want to change is the mindset. I think that's the number one thing. If we just say, you know what, I have lived my life like this, I am not okay with how it is right there,
Mm-hmm.
but I am willing to change to make it better. That's all we have to do, that shift. But then you say, Alicia, then what to do?
Yeah.
Okay, then you need to introspectively look into when things are coming in your lap, how are you behaving? How you are reacting to it? And just by behaving a little bit better, just a little bit better, with the attitude of positivity a little bit, maybe, it may impact you some. It will. Negative thoughts will accept, situations will
Yeah.
impact. There's nothing against it. But how you deal with that is so important now, because you made that shift a little bit to the right side, the positive, mindset. You will take that impact a little bit lower, I think, and then as you look at it, you might be a little bit more prone to open up the solution much quicker and better. You say, you know what, I
Mm-hmm.
got this. I've been dealt this card, let's say, right? Now, what can I do? And I think many times, if we don't write things down, sometimes it just gobbles our mind. I mean, it just stays there and we don't take any direction because we have not been pointed the real thing, the real solution come from analyzing the situation, right? You know, analyzing it to where, how can I improve it? How can it get better? Who can help me? See, that's the other thing. Who around me, around me, we are not alone in life. See, if we are alone in our life, then a lot of things bother us, hurt us, different things. We are a total person with people around us. So we should be always trying to pay gratitude to all the people, which is like miracle morning. I talk about that all the time. Miracle morning is such a thing in the morning to align yourself with the people you work with from yesterday, before, your ancestors who brought you here, who you're going to meet today and tomorrow, all that positive things, and aligning your north. That was another podcast we did, if I remember,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we
to
did.
living your life with north, pointing north, right?
Yeah.
So that's a huge part also, because once we make up our mind that, what, we are a whole total body, being with other people around, by getting them involved, we could really make those steps for handling our situation, to control our negative feelings or thinking, and then assigning ourselves small task. Assigning. So we are the CEO of our life. I say that all the time.
You do.
So what
Yeah.
we decide to do next moment, it's dependent on us.
Yeah. Sure. So give me some examples of, because I'm sure that you've had, like, I know one example that you've given me of when you were failing at public speaking and raising
Yep,
money,
yep.
and you had to make a change like that. But could you give me another example of, something that was a major change for you to have to make, but you didn't want to, you didn't want to have to sacrifice what you had to sacrifice to get it, but you wanted the end result, and how you went about that situation and how you dealt with it?
That's a good point. I think in my life over the career in USA, I have faced a lot of challenges, lots of challenges, a lot of negative feelings, a lot of negative things, they always are there, right? But
Mm-hmm.
then I'm not the same person today, to be truthful, as I used to be 30 years back. definitely. Or 15 years back or 10 years back. I think we all grow. We all grow with the challenges that affect our life, and then we deal with them, some of them in positive outcomes, some negative outcomes, right? But we just deal with them and then pass them back. The biggest thing that has helped me in my life is to just not worry about the negative stuff. See, a lot of time, our subconscious, conscious is when we are living, right? Conscious, but subconscious dictate us more than conscious, by the way, because subconscious brings the action, what we want to do, but it tells the conscious, do it.
So how do you train your subconscious?
Okay, good point. See, consciously, what we are deciding to do right now is conscious action, right?
Right?
But subconscious is the one that doesn't know good from the bad. That's the main thing. So, subconscious, with our pretense, with our whatever the movies we have put in our mind, all those negative things will stop us taking actions. That's what it is. We are limited in our belief system, in our actions we want to do because of the subconscious. By conquering the subconscious, we get better every day. So it's pretty tough. It's pretty tough. Like you just asked me, what did I do differently? I would say the biggest thing which really helped me over the year has been the mentors. So I will suggest to everybody listening to us, if you're not feeding your mind positively with energy and body and soul, and living in unison and all the nice things that you want to accomplish, there is so much stuff out there, right? But you got to feed your mind every day, in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, nighttime. I know we get bombarded with so much negative stuff in life. So if we can even just listen to some positive podcasts, or listen or watch. I like to watch. So YouTube is
And watch us.
yeah, that's it. And watch us. Yes, exactly. Every week we try to bring some positive things in your life, in your
Yes.
thinking. The biggest thing is to really be willing to accept that you want to change and we want to grow. Because if we are not changing our thinking, like from the neck up, I always call, right? Neck up.
Mhm.
Zig Ziglar has been a great mentor of mine. Jim Rohn, all of you have heard me saying all the good things about, of
We're
course,
going to
Dale
get a
Carnegie.
list on your website.
Yeah, I would like to. I think so. I think I'm going to put all the different videos, maybe, or the people, mentors. I know one of Elijah, one of the very good friends, he designed a little picture of all my mentors and put me in
Yeah.
there. I'm just very lower than my mentors, but they have really affected my thinking and my well-being, who I am today is because I accepted my situation, Alicia. That's the big thing, too. See, if you accept your situation and then you say, you know what, I want to grow incrementally, that's the word. Not overnight, but
Just
incrementally.
a little bit here and a little bit there, and making those small.
So true, so true. Make it meaningful, learn to cope with the skills. That's the other thing, is that I just understood myself. I said, you know what? I have to develop my skills. And how do you develop your skills? By getting a mentor or reading or learning, all those things. Learning, become the student of what you want to become. See,
Okay.
like syndication is my world, right? In real estate, I just wanted to become the very best in learning what goes into becoming a better syndicator, right? For business and making it meaningful in life. That's the big thing. I made a decision 14 years back that I'm going to give up, my time that I was doing whatever to learn and get better at this particular skill. And now I teach it, and I
Yeah.
want my students to be even better than me, like I say. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you always are, and he's got some incredible students and an incredible academy. If you guys are watching this and want to check it out, he he's always bringing information, always bringing the content. So definitely check that out. But Vinney, I mean, I really appreciate you talking to me about this today, because I think that people struggle with change all the time. I know I do.
Mm-hmm.
There's certain things in my life that have changed recently, and I've had to make some major life decisions and make changes. And, you know, it's not easy.
No, it's not. Mm-mm.
It's not, especially when it's things you don't want to have to do.
I agree. No, I agree. I agree with you. It's hard. It's hard to change. I really believe also something comes to my mind always is that try to be as positive as you can around people, because people will change and you will see the difference. You know, many times when we want to accomplish bigger things in life, we have to deal with people. We cannot go solo. You know, life is not solo game. It's a team sport. I say that all the time. So by putting energy and building people around you, you'll be amazed how people will build you back, you know, and give and give and give. That's the other thing. And don't expect to get it back. I think that's something some people are able to do it, some not, you know. But the thing is, if you do give out more to the universe will give it back to you. And that will happen. Huh?
The secret.
Is that right? Yeah. You know, so the thing is, you know, expect less. Maybe that's something else we could say. Give more, expect less, you know, from the universe. Just like in the, you know, going to the bank, you can only withdraw what you put into the bank account, right? And that's a very similar, it's a universal law. You know, you can only go up to what you deposited. So in the same token, if we give more to the universe on a daily, incrementally, more and more and more, and you will not even believe how much you give, because you don't keep accountability, right?
Yeah. There's not a tally.
It's yeah, tally, you know. But the people who you help in the time of adversity, in the time of help and everything, they remember you, and they will flow that energy in many, many, many positive ways. That's how I believe in, you know, prospects, in investors' case, in our case, students, or, you know, when I go travel and speak to people, hopefully I'm giving my knowledge to 500 people that they could spread even more, and 1,000 and 1,000 like that. But then again, if we want to talk about how to change, is to set new goals. See, you got to set new goals, because in life, if we just get cramped with old goals, then, you know, we like, you know, insanity, right? The insanity definition is if we keep on doing the same thing over and over and over again and expect different results, better results, that's insanity. So everybody knows about it, but why don't we really act on it? Is we don't put new goals, write down the goals. I'm a big believer in writing down the goals, not just saying mentally, oh yeah, I've shifted my focus to this thing, you know, but writing it down. 3 goals, just 3 goals. Don't write 20 goals, because our mind is not, you know, not prepared to handle so many things. So I really believe in one page, you know, one page or half a page of what's our blueprint of life. Maybe, you know, we could say 2020 is coming very quickly. So what do we want to accomplish? What I have accomplished this far in 2019, maybe we around 3-4 things what I've accomplished, and how would be the new goals. See, so where we are right now, and then we put down the new goals, and we can start getting our mindset for having the best of the best next year.
No, and that makes sense. And I usually ask you for a piece of advice on somebody who's looking for, you know, real change. But I mean, you delivered it. You pretty much broke it down. If you want change, you need goals. You need to make some actions. So I think that we've already hit that. But I think that this was a great podcast, just because I think that people struggle with change all the time, and it's not easy. And
Yeah,
I do believe what you're saying. It's also about who you surround yourself with too, because
huge.
if I'm just to say I'm trying to change and, I don't know, something, but somebody else is doing it right next to me all the time,
Hmm.
then it's going to be harder for me to make that change because I'm going to be tempted to do to do what my old habit was. So I do believe in what you were saying with that. I think that's definitely important.
Maybe if we want to summarize a little bit, I wrote down something
Yes.
like, just accepting that you want to change the future. Just by acceptance, a more positive attitude is needed. A more positive. Negative attitude will not make us change better or be a better person. That's one thing. And less worry and stress. I think if we can just make up our mind, I'm going to do less worry, I'm going to stress out less. Just by acknowledging that, I think we'll be a better person. Less energy drained from trying to figure things out. See, that's the big thing too. Many times we spend so much energy, it
Mm-hmm.
drains us just to trying to figure out, why me, why I got the negative situation or whatever. And then ability to embrace the change. You got to really be feeling that, I have the ability. If we don't, we need to change a little bit and then feel good about it, then your
Mm-hmm.
ability will increase. And then greater appreciation and gratitude. That's a big part in our life. If we can have greater appreciation for the things and the people around us and gratitude, give our gratitude to them, we'll be a better person, and a more compassionate perspective. That's the other part.
That's
If we
true.
believe that people around us, some are dealt different cards, we are dealt different cards, but just be compassionate about it, and I think we'll be a better world. We'll make a much better world if we are compassionate and we understand other people. If we understand other people, they'll understand us more, and we'll all be living in harmony.
Yeah, and then guys, if you want more about that, you can definitely check out one of our previous podcasts. We just did one on how understanding others and the importance of that. So that's great. Love it, Vinney. Vinney, I appreciate your time today. I know you've got a busy schedule, but guys, you just got your weekly motivation power talk. And today we were talking about what are you willing to give up to change your life? And Vinney has broken it down. Love the information, love the content, Vinney. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Alicia. Thank you so much. See you next week. Thank
Yes,
you, guys.
definitely.
Be sure
Guys,
to
check us
like
out
us.
every week. Make
Yeah,
sure you
like us,
share, like,
subscribe
and
to
comment.
us. Pass the word out. Hopefully we can get more people to listen into
Mm-hmm.
these
Yeah.
motivational talks, and we'll
You never
see
know
you
who
on the
you
other
could
side.
help.
See you next week.
All right. Bye-bye.